As I said earlier, I faced a lot of betrayals and lack of commitment from people and all that, because I didn't have any godfather to back me up. So when I left my job, it was total darkness. There were people who agreed to support, but due to whatever reasons they did not. We are not analyzing or we are not judging anybody, could be personal reasons. But end of the day, there were a lot of uncertainties in my life. And one of the major painful incident, because I had many incidents like that in my life, that also has a reason. Because when you choose God, when you decide, you want nothing else from this world except liberation, supreme consciousness, all the things which are connected to you starts disintegrating. This has happened in all the saints' lives. Some people leave everything and go. That's different, because the call is so strong, they can't be fit into the usual brackets of society. So they leave and go. But in my case, it kind of became a decisive moments in a repetitive level. First, in 2000, my daughter Ammu met with a road accident and died. It was very devastating. Everything around me got paralyzed, standstill. And there is no way ahead. We don't know where to go, because Ramayana says one of the most painful experience of anybody's life is the death of own child. You know, whether it is as a man or a human being, or whether it is an animal. That's why I constantly tell, don't separate a cow and a calf or a baby with a parent of any species. Because I have experienced the pain when Ammu died. Tremendous pain. You don't know what to do. You are in a kind of complete disarray, devastation. So from that stage, then I separated from my ex-wife. Then later, all the money I had, plus a bank loan, I invested in a house. I decided to settle down in a place, and I invested in a flat. The builder ran away. Builder just escaped without building it. So my money is lost, plus I have a bank loan. On top of that, I had moved all my stuff from Middle East, because after Ammu's death, I didn't want to stay in the Middle East longer. But of course, I ended up staying much longer. So I decided to shift everything to India. And I had kept them in a house, in a friend's house. He had a vacant house, so I kept all those things locked inside. And thieves broke open and systematically cleared that. You know, most of my possessions were stolen. And later on, they caught the thieves, but by the time most of them were sold. And we couldn't get much back. So my possessions were gone, my money is gone, my family is disintegrated. And then after Iraq stint, I resigned from the company because it became too harsh. Because in Iraq, my four-wheel drive was blown up. 2 of my bodyguards were kidnapped. I was working for a company and we were handling oil tankers. So I was a walking target during those days, 2004. The war is still on, and the situations are very bad. So there was a lot of disarray in my life. Nothing was straight, or nothing was in a system. Everything was in shambles. And you know, those days, those times, after I left Iraq and came back, those days, even the so-called friends will not need you, will not want you. If you call them, they won't even pick up your call. Because first of all, everything is gone, like you are in like a clean slate, zero money, zero. Everything is in a bad shape. No work, no job, no income. All these things were really affecting. And I had a time when I had only 1 meal a day, you know, and I didn't have money for 2 meals. Plus all the other things, so no friends, no money, everything was in that shape. And from there, I decided to walk. I never blamed anybody. There's no point in blaming people, blaming time, blaming situation. I constantly, even now I tell, don't judge, don't blame, don't criticize anybody, because that's ignorance. It's a clear sign of ignorance that you do not understand destiny. How destiny works, you don't understand. Because if something is happening to you, there is a reason for it. So when you choose that you only need God, many things may break up, many things may fall off. And on top of all that, I had a nagging skin allergy, which no doctors could really prescribe any medicine. They always give ointments and stuff, but it's not going. It was deeper, and skin will break open and bleed. So if I wear white dress, it will be like I'm wounded, blood all over. So much of problems, and alone. I had separated from everybody, and I was practically alone. But at the same time, I was sincerely practicing my meditations and stuff. So on one side, I was determined to connect to consciousness. On the other side, everything which identified me or I identified with was breaking up. So at that stage, that is a stage when you get to listen to Baba. You get to hear him more. Keep walking. Keep walking. So now if Mohanji is sitting and talking to you, I had the strong support of Baba.